Welcome to Finance with Avery. In this video, I want to give you an overview of the top 5 CD certificate of deposit accounts ranked by APY annual percentage yield for October 2023. And I've got my tea in hand and I'm ready to go. And all of these accounts are pretty much national accounts. I wanted to mainly focus on national, accounts as far as banks and financial institutions because, yeah, there are some credit unions out there that do have, APYs a little bit higher than the ones I'm going to have on this video. Some of them, not all credit unions, but credit unions usually come typically with stricter eligibility requirements. Like either you have to be, employed at a certain company or a member of this certain group or living in this certain area in the state or this, county or something like that. Credit unions, they have that going on. I'm not against credit unions or anything, but I want to reach a wide, broad audience with these videos, with helping people find high, interest rate APY accounts where they can earn more money on their money, nationwide across the United States. But yeah, like if you're in a certain area and you like credit unions, like the idea of it, having that local area there, definitely check out what your local credit union has on CD accounts and, compare it to the accounts I'm talking about and other accounts that may be available online, because it's not always about picking the account with the highest APY. That's not what I would do as far as like picking a CD account. I mean, right now I have a CD account that has around 5% APY, but I like the company that it's with, the transactions I've had with them in the past. And so I'm just kind of sticking with it. Same thing with a savings account. My savings account rate, have a couple of them. They're not the highest out there. It's 4.5% to 5%. They're high for sure, definitely, but that's not the highest because you want to have other things that you like about that bank or financial institution. Typically, I would say if you just go for high yields, that may work out. You may land on some great banks and they may work out well for you. Or you may find out that's the only thing that bank or financial institution has going for them is that high rate and everything else about them is lame. So you never know. But I'm going to talk about these accounts, talk about a little bit of the background on them. I'll also give you an example of what a certain amount of money would earn in interest with these accounts, with the APYs they're given for the term lengths. And now the terms for these CD accounts, because I'm doing this video as the top ranked overall, no 1 year or 6 months or no penalty like I do before. And I'll still do those videos with certain time frames and the no penalty ones and everything. Definitely check out my playlist. I have that link down in the description if you want to see a playlist of my videos in the past about the top 5 CD accounts, the no penalties, the 1 year and the 6 month term. These right here are mostly 1 year because the best rates typically right now are going to be these 1 year CD accounts. But number one on this list is a 6 month CD account. And all of these CD accounts have an APY over 5%, which is much higher than the national average. The national average CD account pays between 0.20% to 1.72% APY, depending on the term length. Now, that's the average. That's of all the CDs out there. And this information was updated a couple days ago from Business Insider. And that's the average right there. But in this video, we're going much above that, much higher. And what's going on right now with the average CD rates? You see this graph right here from 1984 to 2023. You see in the past, there's been some high CD rates before the past. You see that over 10%. And then they kind of tread it down, they bounce up there and tread down and bounce up, and then it stayed stagnant for years up until COVID. When that pandemic hit, you see how the rates acted then. They went down and they just stayed stagnant for a while right there where that pandemic was playing out and going on. And then the Federal Reserve, because the Federal Reserve lowered interest rates, which caused, savings rates to be lower and also rates, to borrow to be lower. So typically APRs and APYs, they somewhat follow the Federal Reserve rate, not necessarily matching it, for exactly point for point and percent for percent. But when the Federal Reserve is raising rates, typically APRs on credit cards and the amounts to borrow for cars and homes for mortgages, they typically go up when the Federal Reserve rate is going up, the Fed's funds rate. On the flip side of that, though, when the Fed's fund rate is going up, typically a lot of banks and financial institutions, they start raising their APYs for their savings accounts and for their CD accounts. So they start paying more interest to people who have these accounts as far as trying to get more people to, deposit their funds with them, because I won't get into all of that, but basically it's cheaper for banks to use your money to do things with and, make transactions with than for them to borrow from, with the federal funds rates being higher. So it's kind of, it works in tandem. There's a lot of moving parts to it, but it kind of flows. So and then when the federal funds rate is being lowered and going down, then typically these APYs are lower. As you see right there, it was pretty stagnant for a while, and then it started raising once the Federal Reserve started raising the funds rate, and then you see the takeoff. You see the past year or so, the interest rates on savings accounts and CD accounts and APYs have been going up. You can check out my playlist, like I said, in the description and on my YouTube channel, and check out the rankings of previous videos I've done with savings accounts and CD accounts in the past months and last year, you see they were getting high, they're getting up there, but they're even higher now. And I like doing these videos every other month or so. I kind of break it up between doing the savings account videos and the CD accounts videos, but it's really interesting. I hope you all enjoyed the video. And if you like these type of videos, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And first, before we jump into more information about these accounts, I want to tell you about some of the requirements I have for these accounts to make it on my list and some of the things that all these accounts have in common. First off, most importantly, all of these accounts are FDIC insured. FDIC stands for Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, which is an independent agency created by Congress to maintain stability and public confidence in the nation's financial system. And what they do is they have insurance on your deposits up to $250,000. So if something happens to that bank or that financial institutions where they go under or bankrupt or anything like that, your deposit, the money in your account is covered up to $250,000 by that FDIC insurance. And the FDIC was created by the Banking Act of 1933 during the Great Depression to restore trust in the American banking system. And all of these accounts have a fixed rate APY. So for the entire term when you have this account open, you will be earning that APY that you got when you signed up for the account. So no matter if the APY goes up or down within the next month or 2 or 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, you'll be earning that same APY that you signed up with. And next up, also very important, none of these have a monthly maintenance fee. No kind of fee when you sign up, no kind of fee to maintain your account or anything like that. And one thing to look out for with these CD accounts is that there is an early withdrawal penalty that ranges with these different accounts. Sometimes they charge you a certain amount of interest or some kind of fees associated. I've seen different amounts like 180 days worth of interest, 90 days worth of interest, different amounts like that. So if you take out your money before that term ends, you will be hit with an early withdrawal penalty. Typically, the longer the term you have with a CD account, the higher the APY will be. But sometimes it's going to be a little different out there. Sometimes there are promotions going on where a lower term length has more than the higher term length. And also there are no penalty CD accounts. So if you have some money that you want to put in a certificate of deposit account, but you're not sure if you're going to need it or not, you don't want to be locked in any kind of term commitments, but you want a higher APY, and check out my video on the top 5 no penalty CD accounts ranked by APY. So with these accounts right here, there are various initial deposit requirements to open these accounts, and I'll list them and you'll see them on the screen and I'll tell you about them as well. And without further ado, let's get into this top 5 list. Coming in at number 5 here is the Bread Financial 1-year certificate of deposit at 5.60% APY. There is a $1,500 minimum deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Now, for an example, with this account, if you had $50,000 in this account for 1 year, 12 months at 5.60% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 12 months, that $50,000 would be $52,800.41. So you would have acquired interest total of $2,800.41 off of that initial $50,000. And Bread Financial is a financial services company offering credit cards, loans, savings, and CD accounts. Bread Financial was formerly known as Alliance Data, which was formed by a combination of JCPenney's credit card processing unit and the Limited's credit card bank business. Alliance Data changed its name to Bread Financial Holdings in March 2022. Bread Savings is a product of the Community Capital Bank and was founded in 1996 with the headquarters in Columbus, Ohio. And at number 4 here, we have CIBC with a 1-year certificate of deposit at 5.62% APY. There is a $1,000 minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded and credited monthly. For an example, with this account, if you have $50,000 in this account with CIBC for 1 year at 5.62% APY, after that 12 months with the interest compounding monthly, that $50,000 would be $52,804.62. CIBC stands for Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, which is a Canadian multinational banking and financial services corporation headquartered in CIBC Square in the financial district of Toronto, Ontario. CIBC was formed in 1961 through a merger between Canadian Bank of Commerce, which was founded in 1867, and Imperial Bank of Canada, which was founded in 1873. CIBC United States provides commercial, wealth management, personal and small business, financial solutions, and cross-border banking services to clients with North American operations, and their U.S. headquarters is in Chicago, Illinois. At number 3 is the Popular Direct 1-year certificate of deposit at 5.65% APY. There is a $10,000 minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. For an example, with this account, if you have $50,000 in this account for 1 year at 5.65% APY with the interest compounding daily, after that 12 months, the $50,000 will be $52,832.09. Popular Direct was launched in 2016 as an online-only bank that's a subsidiary of Popular Bank. Popular Incorporated was founded in 1893 and does business as Banco Popular in Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands, and Popular Bank in the United States. Popular Direct offers an online savings account and various term CDs. Popular headquarters is in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And at number 2 is the CFG Bank 1-year certificate of deposit at 5.67% APY. There is a $500 minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded and credited monthly. So for an example, with this account, if you have $50,000 in this 1-year CD at 5.67% APY with the interest compounding monthly, after 12 months, that $50,000 will be $52,830.91. CFG Bank is a privately owned community bank founded in 1927 with a headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland. The bank launched a nonprofit organization in 2021 with a mission of providing improved health care for seniors and free healthcare training to members of the community. In 2021, the bank also entered in the cannabis market. With a team of cannabis banking experts, it runs a program designed to help companies in the medical cannabis industry achieve their business goals by providing lending and depository services. CFG Bank offers various commercial banking products like cash management services and loans and more, and also personal banking products like money market accounts, savings accounts, and CD accounts. At number 1 is the Total Direct Bank 6-month certificate of deposit at 5.76% APY. There is a $25,000 minimum deposit required to open this account and a $1 million maximum deposit. On this account, interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Now, Total Direct Bank has a couple of other high-yield CD accounts. They have a 3-month CD at 5.66% APY and a 12-month CD at 5.65% APY. Now, it states for these CD accounts that Total Direct Bank can conduct business anywhere in the United States with the exception of Florida, Puerto Rico, American Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. And for an example, with this account, if you had $50,000 in this 6-month certificate of deposit at 5.76% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 6 months, that $50,000 will be $51,422.24. So total interest for that 6 months would be $1,422.24. Now, Total Direct Bank is a division of City National Bank of Florida, which was founded in 1946. The parent company of National Bank of Florida is Banco de Crédito e Inversiones, one of Latin America's largest banks and second largest bank in Chile. Total Direct Bank offers CDs and money market accounts. Alright everybody, and that is it with my video on the top 5 CD accounts ranked by APY for October 2023. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Take care.